Hello friends, welcome back once again in the video lecture series of data communication and networking. Its subject code is 1618502. Today I am going to teach you unit number 4. Its name is multi-channel data communication. Under multi-channel data communication, I am going to teach you today about channel part 1. This is my name and designation. So before going deeper into the video, let us discuss what are the important content that I am going to teach you today. So first of all, I will let you know about communication channel. Next, I will also explain some of the important examples of channels. What are the channel models? Next, I will explain you in this video only. Uh, Channel models are basically divided into various parts. So out of those parts, I will discuss about digital channel models. Next, I will also discuss about analog channel models. And after these two, I will separately describe about various types. And before concluding the video, I will try to summarize all the above topics that I have already covered in this video. I will also provide good reference books, URL and YouTube. So let's start with the first topic, that is a communication channel. So it refers to a physical transmission media or medium such as wire or to a logical connection over multiplex medium such as a radio channel in telecommunication and computer network. Say, communication channel in physical medium is known as wired or guided media, and logical connections are known as unwired or space communication, that is also known as your unguided media. So in transmission, while in computer networking, both of the channels are being used in various disciplines as per the needs. A channel is used to convey the information signal, for example, digital bit stream from one or several senders to one or several receivers. So a channel may be used for point to point. So for point to point, if we are talking about, so it will be there will be one sender and one receiver only. But if you want to go for multi-point, so there may be so many senders and there may be several receivers. And in this scenario, it will be implemented in broadcasting or multicasting. A channel has a certain capacity of transmitting information which is often measured in hertz. So what is the capacity? Capacity means it is measured in terms of bandwidth, and bandwidth is the difference between lowest frequency and the highest frequency. Communicating the data from one location to another, it requires some pathway or medium. Say, for example, suppose I want to transmit something from one place to another place, so I have to follow a path, right? So if I'm living at Patna and I have to go to Delhi, so either I have to follow the train path, or I have to follow the road, or I have to take the flight. So path must be decided. These paths are known as communication channel, which is used two types of media, as if I have already covered this thing. First is your guided. In guided, we are using twisted pair cable, fiber optics and optical cable. And in broadcast, that means in unguided media, we are using microwave, satellite, radio and infrared. Cable or wireline media is usually used as physical wires of cable to transmit the data from one place to another place. Okay. So this is a good picture of your communication channel, in which here I am using LAN. LAN is your local area network, which is restricted to a building, and so many devices are connected with this LAN. So LAN is providing a communication channel to connect all these other electronic gadgets such as your PCs, personal computers, PDA, personal digital assistant, wireless laptops, okay fine, radio communications. Through that you can also have the radio communication like various FM. You also go for different WAN. You also go for PAGA, that is PAGA. You also install CCTV camera while using this LAN, and also this LAN is connected with the microwaves. So what are the good examples of the channels are? So basically a connection between initiating and terminal nodes is known as a circuit, right? Okay, fine. A single path which is provided by the transmission media via either physical separation such as by multi-pair cable or electrical separation such as frequency division or time division multiplexing. See, whenever we are going for channel, studying the channel, we are using two types of physical separation, right? So first is physical separation is known as multi-pair cable. Multi-pair cable is also known as electrical separation. That means this multi-pair cable is connected with the electrical circuits, right? Okay. Next one is your that is a physical separation. And if you want to go for your electrical separation, so electrical separation can be done in two ways. First is your FDM, that is your known as your frequency division, and second one is known as your time division multiplexing. That means your FDM and TDM. A path for conveying electrical or electromagnetic signals are usually distinguished from other parallel paths. Electrical signals are being transmitted through guided media normally, and electromagnetic signals are basically transmitted through your unguided media. The storage which can communicate a message over a time as well as space. So whatever the storage which we are communicating a message, it is depending upon either time or space or both. This portion of storage medium such as track or band, this storage medium is also known as a type of a track or band which is accessible to a given reading or writing station or head, right? So that is very important regarding the transmission of any message through the channel. Okay, so we are also using some buffer. So a buffer from which message can be put or got, right? You can see the actor model. There is an actor model I am giving you as a reference to process the calculi for the decision of this channel, correct? The physical or logical link that connects the data source to a data sink. What is the data source? The sender end. What is the data sink? The receiver end. So the communication system, whether it is guided media or unguided media, which is physical or logical link respectively, that connects the source and destination as well. So let's talk about channel model. So a channel can be modeled physically by trying to calculate the physical process which modify the transmitted signal. So what is that models? The channel can be modeled physically by trying. That means what? Whatever the transmitted, whatever the signal which is to be transmitted is modified by physical process is known as the channel is modulated physically, right? Physical modulation means physical modeling means the transmitting signals are being guided by the physical process, right? For example, in wireless communication, the channel can be modeled by calculating the reflection. So in unguided media, the channels are being modeled by using reflection, right? Calculation of reflection. Although these are some numerical portion, but theoretically you should know all these things, right? The sequence of random number might be added to simulate the external interference or electronic noise in the receiver. So what for the sequence of random number is used? Random number is used to add external interference, which is also known as noise, to receive to the receiver. If you are talking about statistically, so a channel is usually modeled as a triple consisting of an input alphabet, an output alphabet, and for each of them there is a pair. There is I or O. I is representing input and O is representing output elements. A transition probability, that means it is Pi comma O, that is, this is the transition probability. What does it mean? So channel, communication channel, whether it is implemented for transition or not, it can be depending upon three factors. One is your input, second one is your input output, and third one is your the probability factor, that how far the transmission can be possible through that particular channel. Okay, semantically means conditionally, right? Conditionally, what are the conditions? The transition probability is the probability that the symbol O is received given I as transmitted over channel. So how we can justify, how we can analyze that a communication channel will be okay for transmitting or not? So we will take the probability by sending I and by receiving O. I is your input signal and O is your output signal. So in the statistical era, we can say that this is the statistical and physical modeling can be combined. So overall performance of a channel will be calculated on the basis of your statistical information, statistical data, and a physical model that should be combined together. For example, in wireless communication, the channel is often modeled by random attenuation. What do you mean by attenuation? The energy loss through the transmission is known as attenuation, and basically this random attenuation in wireless communication is also known as your fading, right? Which is followed by additive noise. How this fading is occur? This fading is occur on the basis of your additive noise. So some more important points about channel models are: channel models may be continuous model, in that there is no limit of how precisely their values may be defined. So sometimes channel models are continuous. In continuous model, we are not concerned with any limitations or limits of the how precisely the value is being defined. Okay, communication channel is also studied in a discrete alphabet settings. Discrete means what? Alag, right? It is not continuous. So this corresponds to abstracting the real world communication system in which analog, first of all, the thing is in your analog, followed by digital, and it is followed again by your analog blocks, right? Okay. In mathematical model, it consists of transition probability that satisfies the output distribution for each possible sequence of channel inputs. So mathematical analysis or statistical analysis is also important while checking the channel whether it is capable to transmit or not. So it is depending upon the probability that we are taking as an input and what the output signal that we are getting as an output. In information theory, it is common to start with memoryless channel. That means initially we are not using any sort of memory. Memory means what? The channel should not store the bits for certain point of time. It only pass the bit through it. So first of all, we are starting with the memoryless channel, in which the output probability distribution only depends upon the current channel inputs. That means we cannot store the status of the previous input, right? Okay. A channel may A channel model may either digital or quantified. That is, quantified means what? It is in the representation will be in the binary form, that is 0 or 1, or it is analog. So a channel may be digital or analog. That means what? A channel may be good enough for digital communication as well as for analog communication. So let's talk about first digital channel models. In digital channel model, the transmitted message is modeled as a digital signal at a certain protocol layer. See, for example, before sending the message to the receiver end, first of all, it should be properly modeled, and this modeling technique, this modeling is taken place at some certain protocol layer. So each and every layer is decided for converting such type of conversion. The underlying protocol layers, such as physical layer transmitting technique, is replaced by the simplified model. Right? With the help of diagram, I will show all these things very clearly. The model may reflect the channel performance, which is measured such as bit rate, bit error, latency, delay, or delay jitters. What are these? Bit rate means what? The number of bits per unit time, that is your speed. Bit error means what? How many bits are being error. See, bit error, bit rate, we will going to see in the when I will teach you physical OSI model and TCP/IP model, that is the reference model. In that, when I will discuss different layers, there I will provide you all these definitions. Latency means what? Suppose how much time it is taken to identify a particular data which is interested for us. Delay jitter, right? Okay, so there are some example of your digital channel digital channel models. These are BSC. What is BSC? Binary symmetric channel. It is basically a discrete memoryless channel with a certain bit error probability. See, in BSC, we normally find that they are having some bit error. A bit error may be of 1 bit error, or it may be of more than 1 bit error. And if the error is of single bit, it is known as bit error. And if couple of bits are being affected, wrongly written, then it is known as burst error, right? Okay. So before going deeper into the diagram, let's see some more points. Interesting point about digital channel model. Binary bursty bit error channel. It is known as a channel with memory, right? Next channel is your binary erasure channel, which is also known as BEC, right? It is a channel with certain bit error detection. That means what? This channel BEC is responsible for bit error detection. That means it detects where the bit error has been happened, right? Okay. One more thing is there, that is known as your PEC, that is your packet erasure channel, where the packets are lost with a certain packet loss probability or packet error rate. So what is the basic difference between binary BEC and PEC? In BEC, certain bits are get corrupted, or it may be detected as per bitwise, and here in PEC the packets are get corrupted, and the error detection is done on the packets. Out of these two, one more additional digital channel model is there, which is also known as your AVC, that is known as arbitrarily varying channel. Basically, this is used for the behavior and state of the channel, which is changing randomly, right? So the behavior of the channel is being measured on the basis of your AVC, right? So here is a good example of channel, how the transmission is going to be take place, right? So this is the noisy channel here. This is the end of your transmitter where the input, this is the your input where the source is, sender is giving its source in the form of message, which is also known as your information input. That is going to be source encoder, and after source encoder it is going to, in terms of channel encoder, and after channel encoder digital modulator is there, which is likely to send the information into the transmitted signal, and after that the message is being passed through this channel in terms of your transmitted signal, and again it is being received by the receiver end, where digital demodulator takes place its own activity to change this transmitted signal into your output signal, right? So now let's talk about analog channel. In analog channel model, the transmitted message is modeled with the help of analog signals, right? The model, which can be linear or non-linear, time continuous or time variant. Time variant is also known as time discrete. It may be your memoryless, means analog channel may be your memoryless, or dynamic. Dynamic means what? If you are having burst error, I have already told you burst error is the couple of bits which are getting wrongly interpreted is known as burst error, and if only one bit is having error, it is known as your bit error. It is also time invariant and time variant, means it is depending upon time and it is not depending upon time. According to the situation, these analog channel behaves. Basically, these are behaving as baseband, passband, and real valued or complex value signal models. So these are the various scenarios in the form that analog channel is being used, right? Okay, fine. So certainly this type of channel suffers from impairment also. First is your noise, that I have already discussed in the previous lecture. So for that, noise model is very essential, right? And for that we are using AWGN, that is your additive white Gaussian noise channel, right? It is basically linear continuous memoryless model. Memoryless model means it is not having any buffer in that. Next one is your phase noise model. This is your basically phase noise model is used for your crosstalk. Crosstalk means what? Suppose you are speaking to someone और पीछे से कुछ आवाज आ रही है. So this is known as your crosstalk. That means somebody is crossing your talk. Okay, fine. Distortion model means what? The shape of the your channel of the signal is deteriorated, means कुछ shape था और उसका shape कुछ और हो गया. So naturally in this case the original message will not be received to the destination end. Okay. Next one is your frequency response model. Basically it is dealing with attenuation and phase shift. Okay, so some more analog channel models are there. See, these are important, very important when you go through very deeper study. So that's why I have taken this into the account. Group delay model. This type of modeling is basically used in physical layer transmission technique. For example, a complex value equivalent baseband model for modulating the frequency response. See, this type of model is used whenever you're sending some message and message is having very low frequency. At that time, you have to go for the modulation technique. So there, group delay models are being used. Okay, after that we are having some radio frequency propagation model such as long distance path loss, fading model, right? Next one is Doppler shift model. We are also having ray tracing model, and moreover we are also having mobility models. So these are the example of model which are mainly we are using in the radio frequency. So when you go through this type of model, you will find that this is the analog optical and this is your digital optical, right? So how analog optical is being used? So this is a person, he wants to speak something, and this message, this audio will be go in terms of your analog data, and lastly what will going to be happen here, linear light sources there, right? So it will convert into some analog optical signals, and through this again linear light source is there which will again convert this optical analog optical to the analog data, and finally you will get the result. Similarly, in the second one, the data is in your analog form. If you want to send the analog form into digital form, you have to have a analog to digital converter, that is known as your analog to digital converter. It will transform or convert this analog data into your digital data, and after that by using your pulse light source you can easily transmit your data in the digital form from one place to another place, right? And in the receiver end again you are having second pulse light source which will take your data in the form of digital and it will convert it into your analog signal with the help of digital to analog converter, right? Okay, so what are the important types that we are using in it? So discrete or analog channel, first is your, second one is your transmission media, for example fiber channel, right? Multiplex channel, computer network and virtual channel, simplex communication, duplex communication and half duplex communication, that we are using in your, where we are using in your transmission mode. Return channel, uplink and downlink channel, it is used for your upstreaming and downstreaming. Broadcast channel, unicast channel and multicast channel. So for multi-point we are using such type of channels. So let's talk about summary what we have studied so far in this video. A channel is used to convey the information signal. For example, it is in the bit stream which is transmitted from one place to another place. In this configuration, we may have one sender or one receiver, or one sender too many receivers, or too many sender one receiver, or too many senders too many receivers. Okay. So next one is your, a channel has a certain capacity for transmitting the information, which is usually measured by the bandwidth. What is bandwidth? Bandwidth, I have already told you, that is, it is the difference between minimum frequency and higher frequency, and basically it is calculated, it is measured in hertz. Hz is for hertz. A single path provided by the transmission media via either physical separation such as multi-pair cable, physical separation is also known as multi-pair cable, and if you want to go for electrical separation, so in electrical separation there we will follow two types of multiplexing. One is your frequency domain multiplexing, division multiplexing, and second one is your time division multiplexing, which is also known as TDM. So a path is always dedicated, a path is always formed either for electrical or electromagnetic signal. For electrical signal we will go for guided media, as I have already told you, and for electromagnetic signal we will go for your unguided media, right? And usually these two are distinguished, means a storage which can communicate a message over time as well as space. So the storage is also depending upon two factors while communicating a message. First is your time and another one is your space. Okay, the portion of the storage medium such as track or band, this is the storage, track and band are considered as the portion of the storage medium. It is accessible to a given reading or writing station or head, means these portion of that is known as read and track and band is given for reading or writing the head, right? Okay, so these are the good reference books. If you want to excel your knowledge, you can go this URL to excel your ideas, and these are some YouTube videos I have recommended for you for particular this video. So thank you once again for watching this video. Have a nice day.